I am really surprised that I'm making a video again, a dream video again, almost basically like within the matter of 3 days. And That's strange. And this one is going to be so hard to describe. It made no sense. There were really stunning visual details that are burned into my mind. But it was again one of those dreams where you have all kinds of jumbled up scenarios that seemingly don't relate, but somehow yet they do. And Before I get into it, just real quick, yesterday saw this short little documentary on the Italian mob. So I'm trying to learn Italian, and I'm watching stuff about Italy, and I thought that the mob was like obsolete over there, but oh man, couldn't be further for the truth. I would say they're stronger than they've ever been. Actually, they are controlling entire provinces and regions, just like in Mexico. And I was like, what? Like, how is it that I just didn't know this stuff was going on? I'm like, wow, like this is like really affecting me for whatever reason. It's not like, I don't know, like it's having an effect on me for whatever reason. And But there's something good, okay? This isn't gonna be dark. What I'm about to say is good and gave me hope for humanity. They were talking about this like upper level mob guy who was a murderer and a serious criminal who kind of gave became a snitch, right? He kind of joined the other side, and now he's in hiding, and he's kind of trying to live, the opposite lifestyle of a criminal lifestyle, right? And They were interviewing him and his son, and like I could see in this guy's eyes that he is a killer. You can always tell when somebody killed in a person's eyes. It doesn't matter if it's on a screen, in person, you see it, it's burned into their soul memory. It's like inside their cells. And I saw it, but he gave like this really tender, loving, incredible hug to his son during the interview. And I'm like, it was so genuine and so real. And I'm like, wow, if this guy can change, then like anything can change. Like there has to be hope for everyone, or at least almost everyone, if something like this can happen. Like it just it was a little flicker of light in an ocean of darkness that just brought a little bit of a smile to me. So I just wanted to mention it to you guys. And This dream, why I'm laughing is because it, clearly, first and foremost, it was another dimension. This was not Earth 100%. The harmonics, the oscillating harmonics of this place were like very flat and monotone, not very exciting. It was neither, it was really strange. It was neither dark or light or balanced. It was none of those things. It was so surreal. It was like this monotone frequency in this place, with elements of it being heightened at points as well. So it wasn't a negative place, but it was very stale, and you could see that by the structures that were around me, and it looked like I was in a military barracks. And It could be that I was in that sort of environment. That's why I was feeling that. It not may not necessarily relate to the whole dimension or planet that I was on, seeing this, or it might have been a parallel Earth because I was seeing people that I know here, and I'll get into that. So I'm more inclined to think that this is actually another Earth. And So I'm in this barracks, and I'm seeing these red bricks everywhere, and there's like a lot of people and a lot of commotion, and it's like everybody's just getting ready for something, and they're all just really like kind of tense and excited, and just running around everywhere. And like there's these like people gathered and like making speeches, and I'm with my friend. So my friend who I do the podcast with, he's in this dream, and we're both like soldiers, and there's like this heightened platform that we have to jump off of, and it was like really freaking high off the ground, and we're standing on the ledge, and he just jumps off like it's nothing. Like if that were to happen here, like you would break your leg easily. Like this was 20 feet high in the air, and I'm like standing there. I'm like, I'm not gonna jump off this ledge. And I'm like, and like finally I just kind of go around and like exit a different way. But I felt like this shame that I couldn't like jump off this high ledge, that I just like was concerned for my safety or whatever. But I suddenly find myself in this like bus, like it just randomly changes scenes, and there was this bus, and my sister-in-law is on there, and there is a snake, a really long, weird looking, like red and like one of those like red, black, and white snakes. I gotta look up what the like kind of looks like a milk snake. Um, but it was really long and weird, and this bus was like flooded with water, and it was so weird. I'm like watching this, and she's standing there, and like the snake bites her, and she dies. Now, I'm not going to send this dream to my sister in law in Florida, by the way. No way. But she dies. And I go back to this like military barracks like place or whatever it was. It kind of looked like, okay, a mix between like a military barracks and a prep school. Like, that's the only thing I compare it to. It was like preppy and military at the same time. Like, I've been to this place in New York. I've been there. It's a really famous military school in upstate New York, and I took a tour of it. And you guys know exactly. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It's a really famous place. It kind of looked like that, uh, except with red bricks. And there's this auditorium, and I'm like telling everyone, "Look, she died. She got bitten by a snake. She died." And they're all just like looking at me, unfazed, like they didn't care at all. And I'm like kind of in distress, like, "Hey, does anybody care? Does anybody care that a snake just bit her and she died?" And nobody did. They're just kind of in that tense space, and there's somebody doing some speech or something. I don't know what was going on. I can't make sense of this dream. I Obviously there's a lot of symbolism with the snake, of course, and all kinds of stuff, but that's about it, guys. Whatever.